Hello and welcome to another episode of What Do You Call It podcast. I'm your host, GB. Today's guest has traveled the wrestling world, including the UK where he's currently at the moment. He's a proud cat dad. Please welcome, unsigned and don't care, Gary fucking J. Gary, how you doing today, mate? You all good?
Oh, I'm doing phenomenal. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not too bad. In the last few episodes I've had, kind of mentioned that I've been charting in the world myself. I'm not getting to the countries, but having a bit of success with the podcast, and it's great, and hopefully it's continued. And with guests like yourself, it's bringing interest to the podcast. People want to hear all wrestlers' backgrounds and what they're up to, and I think you are a very good subject and a great talent to have on. So I think this is going to be a fun podcast. Normally, the theme of the podcast, I'll start off by talking about the origins, how you got into wrestling, and how you became a fan in the first place. But because you're currently in the UK, I'm going to kickstart by discussing that. So, Gary, is this your first time over here?
Nope, this is my second tour. The first time
Oh,
I was
nice.
over was in 2003. I
Oh,
think
wow.
I did end of April until the end of May that time. But this time I got here on February 22nd and then I leave next Wednesday.
Oh, bloody hell, mate. Tell me about the first time.
Oh, it was awesome. I'm very lucky because I ended up meeting somebody through a friend.
Hmm.
So I stay for free. I just hang out with my buddy all the time. And like, I
Right.
stay and have my own room in his house. I have my own key. So like, it eliminates any extra cost because I get free lodging because Thomas, the guy I stay with, is the man and I owe him a lot.
Shout out to Thomas. Shout out.
Yeah.
Um, let's compare it to the second time where you're currently in the UK now. I want to find out who and where have you wrestled so far?
Between the first tour and this tour, let's see. I started last tour and I believe my first show was PCW, Preston Championship Wrestling,
Yeah, yeah, well known.
down in like Preston area, and then I've done North.
Yep,
I've done
yep, no friends well.
Kumite. Kumite was great. Did them again when I got here the second time. I did IWU International Wrestling Universe. They're awesome. They take care of me. Nero, the guy that runs that, is boss. He's great. Good
Nice.
guy. So let's see. I did WXW right before I left last time. They were in London at the Electric Ballroom, I believe.
Oh, mate, it's a great venue, Camden. Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's like right there
yeah,
in London, right? Or just about.
yeah, mate.
Like
It's, it's
kind of.
still it's still going strong, mate. That venue, it's
Yeah,
got a
it's
lot of
awesome. I
history.
believe they were running like a double header that day with Progress. Progress was in the afternoon, and they were running in the evening when I was here.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I think so. Yeah, I did that, and I believe that was the first tour. So then when I got off the plane instantly this time on the 22nd, I went back to IWAU, International Wrestling Universe. That Sunday was in Derby for Kumite. That was awesome again. Had
nice.
such a good time. Good atmosphere. I love that atmosphere. And then this time I did Pursue Pro, which is like in London area. They ran at a
Yep.
library. It was awesome. That
Oh,
was a
wait, the
really
show
good
was in the library.
atmosphere. Yeah,
That's sick. I like that.
it was insane. And I'm like, I wish like you would think a library would be like, hey, you got to be quiet, but no, they were all about it. That was thumbs up to everybody involved in that crew. They've been awesome. And then tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Saturday, I do ICW No Holds Barred. I got a double header with them because they're doing a double shot with Rise. Rise is on Friday night, I think, in
Hmm.
Sheffield. They're Saturday night in Sheffield. So I'm on the double header on Saturday. I'm used to working for them. I work for Demonto over in the States, and they're over. Ironically, they're over here. So
Oh, that's fun. As I say, people that you're familiar with, but also different countries, so it doesn't make you. But
yep,
although the fact that you have been there before, so you're not
yep.
really a stranger anymore to the UK.
No, not at all. I love it. Everybody's very welcoming. A
Yeah.
lot of times in the States, I feel like you're kind of judged by the way you look before you even get there or in the ring. I feel here as soon as I walk through the door, like locker rooms, management, everybody's just really chill and like very welcoming, which is makes me feel at home, because obviously I'm clear across the world from my actual home.
Nice, man. Nice. I'm glad that people are making you feel at home as well, and giving you a bit of comfort over here. What have been the favorite things about the UK? Not necessarily the wrestling, but things that you may see when you're walking around sort of the high streets or maybe sightseeing or anything like that.
Um, I really like the structure of buildings, like because obviously a lot of things in the UK are brick,
Hmm.
and everything in the States is like foundation and then wood. So I like looking at like different structures. I love hiking. I currently go out like every day for 2 hours and just walk the streets of the town I'm in.
Oh, sweet.
Even if I do it every day and 1,000 times, like it just makes me feel comfortable. It really lets me like reset and like be at peace at the time. It's great.
Nice. Have you picked up on any English slang yet?
Yeah, but I couldn't like. I understand it better now when people are going back and forth with the rubbish or whatnot. But like, and I'm like, and I look at them like, I think I'll catch on. I'll just nod my head until I think
Yeah.
I'm right. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get what you mean. Yeah. No, still
Yeah,
no clue.
exactly. I'm starting to pick on like obviously like everybody nowadays. It seems like the new hot word now over here is mint. Everybody's like, that was really mint. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you could just say cool, but all right. But like, mint is like the cool, you know?
Not in my dialogue, but I do know a lot of people that say it. Like, oh, that's mint.
Oh yeah,
That's mint, mate.
yep.
Yeah.
And everybody's
Mate's
like,
quite a popular one as well. So you are, mate. Yeah. Yeah.
yep. Yep, and everybody starts off a conversation with, "Oh, how you been, mate?" Or like, "You good, mate?" And I'm like, "I'm fine, man. Like, I'm great."
That's so true. So fucking true.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, what have you got lined up for the rest of your UK tour, mate? Till next Wednesday.
Uh, well,
I know you said about
just
the
that.
shows for ICW.
Yep. ICW, and then unfortunately, my show that was originally in Leeds on Sunday got canceled. I was going to be at Tidal, but that got canceled during the middle of the day today. Like I said, I woke up to a whole
Hmm.
bunch of emails and shit, and I had to sort through everything and figure it out. But so my show Sunday got canceled, unfortunately. But basically, I'll just come back to where I'm staying, hiding, and I will leave to the airport like late Tuesday night to Heathrow, and then I fly out back home on Wednesday.
Nice, mate. Nice. Do wish you a
Yep.
safe journey. How was Wrestle Island, by the way? You did a seminar.
Oh, Wrestle Island was awesome. Like, once again,
Yeah.
got to meet new kids and like help out because I've been doing it about 22 years now, a
Mhm.
very long time. And like I've had very lucky longevity, I guess. I'm very stubborn. So I always like helping and teaching, especially now that I'm older. I really like see like the Gary J and everybody of like, oh, you're just like a kid that loves wrestling. Like I'm never gonna get mad at you for trying, and like I'm not gonna hate you because you love what I love. There's so many people, veterans, loosely based word, you know,
Yeah.
that do it as long as me and they hate it. They're like, oh, this sucks, blah blah blah. And my answer to them is, there's the fucking door. Like, why are you here? Sorry,
No,
mini
no,
rant.
I don't disagree, mate. You can swear, by the way. I mean,
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
fan myself, I think we can kind of tell if someone's doing it, but they don't enjoy it. They're just doing it for the sake of it.
Yep. Well, why would you do this to your body if you didn't love it?
Yeah.
You know, and obviously I make money. I do. I'm not rich, but it goes hand in hand. I love it. It's still a big passion in my life. And there's only two other things in my life I love more, and there's human beings, you know?
Yeah. No, no,
So,
that's sick, man. I'm sure you'll be back in the UK though, but I'm glad that you're having a good time, that you've made friends and you've picked up the slang. Well, you understand us, but you're not going to take any of it back home with you. And to be fair,
I might just to throw people off. I mean, that'll just be fun.
but if you don't find yourself at a show on Sunday, get yourself down the pub, mate, and watch some football. Not soccer, football.
No, I know you guys call it football. I'll probably get back to my headquarters and continue 2005 TNA X Division watching. I've been doing a lot of that.
Oh, mate, honestly, it still holds up so well, doesn't it?
Bonkers, insane. I miss it.
Mate, what a roster, like Samoa Joe, even Sanjay Dutt, AJ Styles, Chris Daniels, Chris Sabin, a young
Oh
Alex
yeah, those
Shelley.
are all of it. Yep,
Oh, man,
exactly.
so
Oh
good,
yeah.
so good. But I want to talk about some of your highlights and stuff you've achieved. You made your GCW debut last year. I mean, obviously must have been a big deal for you.
No, definitely.
Facing off against Masa Slamovich, friend of the show, had her on in the early days.
Oh yeah.
So tell me
She
about
is
that,
she
the announcement
oh
and
absolutely.
experience.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
This is the first go around with her, but this was the first on that kind of a stage. Man, you want to talk about tough as nails and deserves everything they're getting right now?
Hmm.
That's her. She's amazing, and I'm glad the world is seeing it because we've known it, you know. But that was like a big deal because like the unsigned don't care like mantra is clearly like obviously like I'm not worried about getting a contract at this point in my life,
Yeah.
but but I still work hard and I still have goals for things I want. And GCW is one of those places I'm like, I need to get there because the more eyes. So getting there and then getting that stamp of approval and then getting that high caliber of a fight right off the gate, awesome. As you guys would say, that was mint.
Hey, it was
Yeah.
but no, mate, honestly, great exposure for you, and you
Oh
are
yeah.
be coming back end of this month, actually, when you do come back to the States, and then
Yep.
you're literally going to be faced off against Mance Warner.
There you go. Who
Hey,
another
that's
person who is, he might be tough and annoying at times nowadays, but another guy that I've spent a lot of time with in the old IWA Mid South days, like
mm,
when he was there and he was coming up. So that's another one that's going to be more of a fist fight than it is technique. You know what I mean?
mate, it'll be good. It'll be good. Fight TV
Oh
as
yeah.
well. The fans can watch it as well. If
Oh
they're not going
exactly.
to be there in attendance, I'm sure they'll
Yep.
have an opportunity to
Yeah,
watch
because
it.
I get home Wednesday night. I'm off Thursday, and then I go right back to Friday, Saturday, Sunday shows. So, and then that's my Sunday.
Yeah. Hello there. I've got a special announcement for my next guest.
Folks, it's the earthquake and pillar shaking, meat popping, jaw dropping. The one you come to see, the man made for TV, BT Double B, Big Trouble Ben Bishop. And you can hear me on the What Do You Call It podcast with my guy, GB.
Yeah, I heard. I want to rewind the clocks a little bit, Gary, and I want to find out. You're talking about your love for professional wrestling. I want to know what actually happened in terms of how it blossomed, how you discovered professional wrestling in the first place.
Um, I was I can't tell you the age because
Mhm.
I'm kind of bad with that sometimes. I just remember watching random Saturday morning stuff, like in Macho Man Randy Savage with his hat and his colors and his theatrics, just caught my eye.
Yeah,
Then you fast forward like a year or two later, the person who I considered my dad passed away. So then I had like a lot of kind of like free empty time to like grieve, but I really sunk myself into wrestling. That's when the love of it began because it filled the void in my heart of my dad dying. I
yeah,
know it kind of starts off sad, but then as I got older, I realized that this isn't just a phase and like jump around in my living room with my action figures. Eventually jumping around on a mattress in the side yard off a ladder turned into me meeting just random people who trained me. It
yeah.
was awful, but it was still I was in a ring and I didn't care. And then that just snowballed into like what I'm doing now, like 20 some years later. Like I've been very fortunate. It's just like right place, right time.
Mm. No, that's wicked, mate. I'm glad you opened up, by the way. So thank you for saying
Yeah.
that. But it's also comforting to know that wrestling is truly a special. I don't even know how to label it at these times. Art or entertainment or whatever. But it has a deep meaning to a lot of fans, and people don't understand it sometimes.
Oh yeah. Like it's almost like my emotional support animal, if that makes sense.
No, it
Because
does.
like
It does.
obviously the real world can be kind of scary at times and things
Yeah,
can get bad. And that's okay. You got to realize it's okay not to be okay at times. I'm really big on that. But you got to realize that like, hey, I'm gonna step outside the box and watch this 25 to 30-minute match or 2 hour program, like to make me feel good and make me go, okay, you know what? Things are gonna be okay. I'm gonna watch this and hang out, have a good time. Because that's what it's about, is enjoying it.
yeah. No, definitely, mate. I'll put my hand up and admit, wrestling has helped me through some of my darkest times, and it allows me to
Yeah.
switch off if I've had a shit day or a shit week. Oh, okay, cool. Something I've loved for nearly 30 years.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to show my age, but but
That's all right.
just, pretty much a lifetime. But yeah, I'm glad that we can sort of embrace that as well. Um, you've been to war with Nick Gage, you know,
Yeah.
MDK, just
Yeah.
one of a kind, very unique.
Oh,
Doesn't give a
he's
fuck.
legit. He's legit as legit could be.
I enjoyed his Dark Side episode, but you got the first-hand experience of working with him. Tell me about what it was like being in the ring with him.
Atmosphere, man. It was actually for my home promotion, St. Louis Anarchy, which is like I'm a very big part of, and like that's my
Yeah,
home in St. Louis. And if you look up my name, it's kind of synonymous with St. Louis Anarchy because like a lot of my big key matches are there. It's all on
yeah,
YouTube for free as well. So like atmosphere, man. Like 350, 400 people standing for the whole match. Like it's that rage and roar of the crowd there that like those
mm,
juices start flowing, and then there you are standing across the ring from Nick fucking Gage. But what was interesting is he didn't realize that like they were rabid and crazy in all means, but like they were I in that instance in that building, my building, I was probably about that much more over. So he like watching his reaction to my entrance
Yeah.
is gold because he didn't expect it. You know?
No, that's cool, man. I know there's a wicked spot in it as well where he places like the ceiling tile and the chair and then
Yeah.
just chucks the fucking ladder at you in the corner.
Oh yeah. I mean, we legit tore the building down.
Uh,
You know what I mean?
that's brutal,
Like
man.
I said, I'll give a shout out to St. Louis Anarchy. If people don't know who they are, they're all over
Yeah.
social media. Check them out. They're the first show back in the States is for them against Thomas Shire, who's over in WXW right now, killing it.
Nice. There is
Yeah.
actually, speaking of your company, St. Louis Anarchy Wrestling, the match you had
Yep.
with Billy Starks.
Oh yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Ironically, who she wrestles against old I call her Sasha Banks still. Mosaid Monet tonight, right? Yeah. Yep, Billy Starks, we were one of the first companies to give her a shot because she was like very young and
Mm.
she started with us at a young age and we've known Billy for a long time and seeing what she's done and what she's gonna do once again mint.
Mate, it was more than men. It was fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, that was a good one too. That was a different switch. If you talk about the one I think you're talking about where she beats me up most of the time.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. You don't expect that. Once again, you're flipping the script,
And you just get the pinfall when you roll up.
Yep, exactly. It's a good story. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Not every story with I don't like using the male female term, but I'll use that because to me, if you're in the ring, you're a professional wrestler at the end. So like in that category of like, yep, anybody can win at any time. Like if I'm in a real fight, sometimes you slip, sometimes you don't. So exactly, the story of that one's really good.
No, I like the psychology there, mate. Um, so as of rewind the clocks, I want to know, Gary, about your debut, the first ever match that you had. Did you have it in front of a crowd? Did you have any friends or family there? Was it an empty building? Just tell me, or was it like a large crowd?
Uh, Man, it was in 2003, and I believe it was like June 23rd or 24th.
Mhm.
XWA. I was extreme Gary J. I believe I came out like Jeff Hardy because if you've heard me talk before, I wanted to be Jeff Hardy, of course. It was a train wreck. It was awful.
Oh, really?
Uh, I think I used the ladder, and like I didn't have a clue what I was doing. To make things worse, my mom was there that night, and she didn't get the rest like wrestling rules, so she just walked backstage to like make sure I was okay. And I'm like, well, this is embarrassing. Hi, that's my mom. So like, yeah, like it was a shit show, but
Hmm.
you learn from it and then you just grow. I mean, like, yeah, so it was awful. I was awful for the first 4 or 5 to maybe 6 years of my career. So
Hello there. I've got a special announcement for my next guest.
Hola, I'm Shelly Martinez, and this is Minnie, and I'm going to be the next guest on the What Do You Call It podcast. Tune in.
Yeah, I heard.
done a lot of seminars. I've traveled an awful lot and just a lot of on the job training, as I say.
Wicked, wicked. What would be some of your personal career highlights? So if you look back, may not even have to happen in the ring, but like even a show you've been involved in or just anything.
Actually, this has nothing to do with wrestling, but I'd say the best accomplishment and best job I have in the world is being a dad.
Ah,
I have a 2.5 year old at home, Big
yeah.
Earn. That's his nickname because I wanted to name him Ernest, and Mom was like, "Nope," so I still call him Big Earn. Uh, yeah, he's amazing. I'm very lucky and grateful to have him in my life. At times, if wrestling wasn't there, like nowadays, like he saved my life. Like just living for him and watching him grow up just for 2.5 years has been the best job ever.
Oh, wicked, mate, wicked.
Yeah.
Would you let him be a second generation wrestler?
That's a conversation me and Mom have had, and like he knows like Daddy goes to work and goes to wrestle. Like he knows Dad's been away for a couple weeks. I go, Daddy wrestling? I go, yep, I'm at work. So he knows
Yeah.
that. Like, but I don't know. That's a tricky one because unfortunately there's a shitty side of wrestling that a lot of people deal with early on.
Yeah.
And like that's really rough. I don't know if I necessarily want him involved in that, but I guess I just have to wait and see. If he loves it and enjoys it, we'll go from there. But right now, I just want him to be happy and enjoy whatever. So if it's wrestling, great. If it's not the end of the world.
You're always going to support him.
Yeah, exactly, because that's all that matters. And I'll go even further. Like, since support, you just said, like, if I wanted it for my partner Brittany, I wouldn't exist either. There would be no Gary J doing everything he does, because behind me, there's got to be someone even stronger. So kudos to her.
Oh, that's cool, man. I like this. It's not just been about wrestling. This conversation. It's nice, man. I like it. It's nice to hear you
Yeah,
talk
I mean,
about
because
family.
yeah, exactly. Like John Cena said in his promo on what Monday, we're human beings.
Yeah,
Like, like you really experience real life shit when you're away from home, and like if it wants it for her at home, like it wouldn't be so good. And I'm very, very grateful and lucky, and I have to stop and remind myself of that all the time.
while you're getting these opportunities, living a lot of wrestlers' dreams, but you've
Yeah.
also got, a
Yep.
wonderful family that you can go back to and feel like,
Yep.
okay, I've got quite a good life here.
Yep, exactly. And like we talked earlier, when things get dark, you have to stop and go, you know what? I'm grateful for X, Y, Z. And sometimes that's all I need to do.
Yeah, exactly. Even go back to what we said in introduce you as, inside don't care, but you're still doing pretty well, and that is the main thing.
Oh, exactly. And it's a lot of hard work, a lot of stubbornness, and like obviously I've missed a lot of personal life things because what I've chosen to do, but this is what I choose to do.
Mm.
I choose to travel, I choose to go and, entertain, fight, whatever you want to say, wrestle.
Yeah, that's blessed, mate, blessed.
Absolutely.
Some as the fans.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask you one more question, Gary. It's a fun question. This doesn't have to be wrestling related, but we can keep it wrestling themed if you want to. I want you to pick 3 dream dinner guests for your dream party. I want a quick reason as to why you want them there. It can be fiction, non-fictional. It can be, I don't know, Macho Man or anyone. Just anyone you want to pick their
Okay.
brain.
Okay. Let's see. So 3 people that, like, if I'm gonna have a party, these 3 people got to be there.
Yep. If you've got a time machine, you can bring them back alive if you want.
Okay. I'm gonna say Michael Keaton is Batman.
Oh, so is Michael Keaton your favorite Batman then? I'm gonna have to ask that quickly.
Him or Christian Bale, but like I'm gonna say Michael Keaton's Batman
Nice.
because I think that's fun. I'm gonna say wrestling related wise, Shawn Michaels, because to my degree, and like he's the best of all time.
He is my favorite as well.
I'm a very big Shawn Michaels guy. We could talk for hours about him. And then a third, that one's hard because I've already got the 2. And like Shawn Michaels and Batman in the same room, my mind's already blown.
Would you have Shawn before the back injury or after?
Both. Because I think they're equally as good for different reasons.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
And I guess a third, I'm going to say wild card just because it's fun. Roddy Piper.
Nice.
Because I feel that could get really interesting.
Oh, mate, but you got to have like 80s Piper when he was just like, didn't give a fuck.
Yes.
Best heel in the
exactly.
business.
I call him Portland Piper, like just being himself without any script or television.
I got to meet him as a fan. He was really nice.
Yeah. He's one of my favorites. He's like low-key one of my favorites too because I watch him and then his promos and then I'm like, man, like when everybody talks about the greats, they really don't mention him much. And I'm like, why not?
Mm.
And
I've
like,
noticed that. He kind of gets pushed aside when it comes to like the history of WrestleMania. It's Hulk Hogan this, Vince McMahon that.
mm-hmm. Even though he was a part of the big man event,
Yeah. Like it wouldn't have happened without him.
Yes.
That's a fact.
Oh, exactly. And like another one like I can go on about is Sean Waltman, 1-2-3 Kid, I feel doesn't get talked about enough.
Oh, mate, I was such a new generation kid. So I loved 1-2-3 Kid. I thought it was the coolest wrestler ever. The attire, and the moves he did, and the theme song.
So good. I can watch the new generation from 95 to 97 through and through. I've watched every In Your House like 8 times.
Oh, Gary, fist bump, mate. I love it. Fist bump for that, mate. Yes.
That's mint.
I would, yes, I would defend the new generation to the day I'm no longer on earth. I fucking love it.
Me too. Because you talk about Raw, like they'd have some really insane matches on Raw at the time, and like you're like, man, this is really good.
Like PCO, Hakushi, Spark, Pug, Holly. Like,
And then like you'd have Austin versus Mankind randomly because they were both relatively new at the time. And because I'm a huge Foley guy too.
oh, Foley's great. He's
Sweetheart as well, like absolute sweetheart.
no, I love Foley's God. Gonna have to say that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not actually gonna say that, but I'm gonna say Foley is the man. That's what I'm gonna say.
Foley's good.
Hey, you saved me there. You saved me there.
Yeah.
Gary, thank you. I was going to sign off, but because you said you could talk about Shawn Michaels for hours, I'm going to ask you one last Shawn Michaels question.
Okay.
Name me his 5 best matches.
Man, that's hard. Okay.
There we go.
I'm gonna go with Michaels, Mankind, Mind Games in Philly.
Oh, what a match. I don't actually mind it didn't have a finish.
Because you forget about it. You forget there's no finish. It's so good.
Non-stop for 26 minutes.
This one's gonna get shit on, but it's good if you watch it. And like, because I'm also a big fan of the other person, Michaels Vader, SummerSlam '96 in I believe it was
SummerSlam,
Ohio.
Oh, the venue.
Yeah, it was in Ohio at the Gund Arena. Boom. Yeah, idiot savant here. That was a really good match, and people shit on Michaels for what he did to Vader, and they said they made Vader look bad. Go back and watch that match. Vader kicks out of the super kick.
I need to watch it back. I don't remember that part. Yeah, but I remember the infamous move.
Yeah.
Vader just kind of forgets the spot.
Yeah. Well, Vader he's one of my favorites too. But like, I go back and watch it. I'm like, it's so good because Michaels can work with anybody, and Vader, regardless of how they felt about each other, they'd worked all the house shows together constantly, so it was just good. So we'll go back and watch the super kick, and he kicks out of it.
I'm gonna stick on after this.
And then you're like, oh my god! Like once again in '96, that didn't happen.
Oh god, no! I don't think anyone did. Brett.
No, maybe
like house show or something, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So there's 2. I'm gonna say him and this is a random one because once again everybody thinks of like the WrestleMania matches. Ground Zero in your house, Michaels Taker when there's no finish.
Underrated match
to set up the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, is that Taker's first big dive as well? That he does like onto all the wrestlers.
It might be, but Michaels is just getting ping ponged. He gets like slammed on the stage.
That's a wicked match. Yes.
Yep. I'm trying to name Michaels matches that are good and obscure. Then I'll go ahead and say their first WrestleMania match.
Yeah,
because that's just. I think everybody in the business thinks it's the best match of all time. You know,
it's phenomenal. I love it. Yep. I've watched it loads of times.
Yep. And then this one is a fun one. I believe it's in Detroit. Cena versus Michaels, WrestleMania.
23, I think. The Trump one. Yeah.
Very good match.
Like, it's a very good match. I actually preferred the Raw match that they had.
That one's good too. That one is very good. That's in the UK too, right?
Yes, I didn't.
They go a while.
And I think it was so unexpected as well. I think people expected just a normal 25 minute match, but oh my god, they tear the house down.
Oh yeah. So there's my 5 that came off the rim top of my head that I've watched a lot. So go back and watch them if you're listening again. You're gonna be like, oh man, Vader kicked out of the fucking super kick.
Man, it's a great list, by the way. I love that.
Yeah.
Besides the Vader one, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it, to be honest, because I don't have the best memories of it. And obviously that moment kind of ruined it. And you hear like Cornette talk about the moment and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the other 4 matches, chef's kiss. I've got one for you, and I was talking to my mate about it, so I'm going to mention it. It's in my top 5 probably. Jeff Jarrett in your house.
Yeah, that's Jeff Jarrett's best match ever.
Yes, it fucking is. Oh my god, it's an incredible match.
Do you know the main event for that show?
Oh, is it in your house too? That one.
Yes.
Oh, I want to say Sid Nash.
Yep, lumberjack match.
Yeah. Oh god. Yes. Oh god.
Yep.
Yeah. New generation.
I could talk about it all day.
Oh mate, Gary, this is what I was expecting. I fucking love it.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I'm super glad to have had you on. I'm glad that you've enjoyed the UK. You know, you're having a great time. Obviously, I do wish you well and a safe
Thank you.
journey back. You've got the big match coming up on the 30th, and I'll be cheering for
Yep.
you. Sorry, Mance, but you know, Gary's my boy. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
New generation. You got to stick together, man.
Yeah, mate, damn right. Honestly, Hakushi,
Yeah.
you know, Skip and Zip, you know, we know this shit.
Hakushi and 1-2-3 Kids, SummerSlam 95 Open.
Fantastic match. 1-2-3 Kid in the red.
Yep. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
my
So
God.
good.
Wish they made a figure of him.
I think they do. I have one of them. I have the blue one, the original gear.
Oh, the when he beats Fraser Ramon.
Yeah, I have Aaron Williams, my partner unassigned don't care, gave that to me for a present.
That's a cool gift.
Yeah.
Oh man, honestly, I just think Shaw Warman, who's so if he came now and you know, not saying like come out of retirement, but 1-2-3 Kid came into wrestling now, wouldn't look at place.
He'd be the top of, he'd be everywhere.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But hopefully, maybe if he comes out of retirement, we get to see you and 1-2-3 Kid.
If that's I guess there's a dream match that, you know, I've been lucky to have many of those, but like, there you go. 1-2-3 Kid. Yes, please. But he's got to be 1-2-3 Kid.
Oh yeah, you won't accept anything else. Oh, 6? No. No,
I need the kid.
Gary, I won't keep you for much longer. At the time of recording, oh yeah, because I'm getting obviously we're in the same time zone, which is cool.
Yeah, we're fine. No worries, man.
But Gary, where can the listeners find you on social media when they want to keep up to date with where you're going to be next?
Well, this weekend, like I said, I got ICW in Sheffield. Check that out. All their social medias. If you're going to check out me on Twitter, it's at StiffRoboGinger. I'm a big RoboCop fan. Instagram is unsigned and don't care 85. And then Facebook, I'm still there, is Gary J, Jay. And then there, you can find me anywhere.
Wicked, mate. Wicked. I will put your social media handles in the description below. If the listeners and the fans can like this
Awesome.
video, subscribe to this channel, give me a follow as well on my social media handles in the description below. They'll be below Gary's because Gary is the attraction, not me. I'm just the boring host.
Well, we're a team. New generation, right?
New generation team.
Yeah, exactly.
Smoking guns, we're coming for you.
Oh my God, yeah. Fuck.
What is it? Techno Team 3000 or something?
Here's a unpopular opinion. Smoking guns better than the fucking Legion of Doom.
Oh, whoa, way to sign off, mate. Oh, mate, you're going to get some 80s fans that are going to. You're going to get some rude messages later on.
That's fine. As long as they like our pages, who cares?
You don't know we're wrestling. But I will say, I might not necessarily agree, but I will say this: Smoking Guns were fucking underrated.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
were solid in the ring. They looked great. Cool entrance. They got fairly good reception most times they went out there.
Yep.
They just had a really dodgy split. I think I didn't really like Sully with them, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh well. Better than the Legion of Doom. Gary said it.
Oh man, you
or
are.
Road Warriors, whatever you want to call them.
But there we go. What a way to sign off. Smoking Guns, greater than Legion of Doom. If you agree or disagree, comment below. But for now, everyone, take care.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time for What Do You Call It? Podcast.